Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast. Hey guys, welcome. It's Sunday, December 12th. Wow, the week is just, it's passing really, really quick. We're almost into Christmas, another 2 more weeks, right, until the big day, right? Getting excited, gonna have some family over, going to also see some family in Northwest Georgia, which is going to be a blessing. It's always a blessing to see family, right, guys? But on to today's show. With that being said, guys, I want to basically plug into today's show a conversation I had with a listener that had listened to my show. I was going to plug it into the podcast earlier this week, but what I was talking about earlier in the week, it just didn't mesh well, guys. But, I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast episodes I had this past week. I thought it was pretty good. Got a lot of good feedback. Yes, the sound effects in the background with the airplane passing by. Yeah, had a lot of good feedback with the episodes. So, like I said, this is from a listener that tuned into my show, actually a couple shows, said he's been listening to me and following my podcasts since earlier this year. Guys, I do want to allow my listeners that his English isn't that great, as he is from Central Africa, guys. So without being said, guys, this is a listener I talked to earlier this week. Now, I want to remind you guys, this conversation we had was earlier this week. The difference is that, him and I, see with the whole COVID thing. I want to tell you guys that, this may come across as, ignorant, but in my eyes, it was very educational, guys. But without being said, guys, this is the listener that had called into the show earlier this week.
They tell us the number of people that died in the hospital where they work.
Yeah.
So there I came to realize. So before, like you said,
yeah.
I believe it's all scam. But at a point when these people in that field witness the dead body more than they have ever seen in their entire life, I came to realize it was a reality. I used to work in a medical field also. Then my friend that still remained there worked in a nursing home. In a very little nursing home, 100 people died there in less than 2 weeks.
Oh man.
100. Like you said, they are elderly.
Did they explain the reason for the deaths though?
Yeah. That's COVID.
Oh, because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right, but did you see? But see, they won't release. See, they'll say it's COVID, but they won't release the actual medical records of it. Because you know why?
Yeah,
because they're hiding it, bud.
Yeah.
They're hiding it because it could have everything that comes out of hospitals, right?
Yeah.
Is everything? It's always COVID. That person could have died from other complications, such as a heart disease. Or cancer or diabetes, but everything is linked to COVID. You know why it's linked to COVID?
Yeah.
Because the doctors, the hospitals, they're getting paid out by the CDC. The more death that they report as COVID.
I believe anything around the medical field scientifically, because that's why Donald Trump, when I voted for him, all my family, my son who is a pharmacist, is the person that he first initiated us to follow Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Then we joined and make sure he's the president as of that time. But as time goes on, we change our stand because he doesn't believe on certain things. COVID, McCain, you remember McCain, the black guy that went to Donald Trump rally? He's a Republican. He got COVID and died. The black guy that is a presidential aspirant.
Yeah, but see,
when he got a COVID and died.
Right, but we never
because
got.
He didn't believe in covering nose.
We never got. Listen, I'm not a firm believer of masks. All right,
Yeah.
Masks will kill you faster than anything else.
Yeah.
Because masks, what they are is it's a funnel. It's a funnel. Basically, you're breathing in your own bacteria that's around your face.
Yeah, that's
CO2 levels.
Yeah, that's it.
As human beings, we're not designed to breathe in our own CO2 levels.
Yeah.
Well, let me go back to that, right?
Yeah.
We breathe in natural CO2 in this earth.
Yeah.
We breathe it in and we exhaust it out of our nose.
Yeah.
Right? So we breathe in certain level of CO2 in this earth, and then it basically comes right out of our nose.
Yeah.
Our nose is basically a filter.
Yeah.
It filters out the bad levels of CO2. Now, if everybody realized that, the faster people realize about this whole pandemic, the faster it goes away. And some people are realizing that this pandemic is overhyped. Okay, it's overhyped for two reasons. It's a moneymaker scheme, and it's used for a population control tactic. Okay, because what you're doing is that mask, okay, is not about public safety. It's about silencing your First Amendment right to speak. A lot of people don't realize that. That mask that you're wearing on your face isn't protecting you.
Well, before
that mask
Trump,
was. Do you know what that mask was designed for?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
before Donald Trump, there was a mask, right?
Right.
Then what do they use the mask for?
I was about to say that. Do you know what that mask is designed for?
Yeah.
What is it designed for?
What I'm asking you. I throw the question first.
Yeah.
Because I work in the medical field before I.
Right. That mask is designed for another type of droplet, which is called blood. Okay? Human blood has a less density, okay, than a cough or a sneeze. That mask, it was designed for blood droplets in the operation room for surgeons.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you know a blood droplet is different from a sneeze or a cough?
Yeah.
That protects blood droplets. Does not protect against droplets of a sneeze or a cough. It's entirely different. When you're talking through that mask, your breath is coming right out of that mask.
Yeah.
So if your breath is coming right out of that mask, which was actually, there was an experiment done, okay, on a couple news platforms. And what they did was they actually had sonar technology. That sonar technology picked up off the cough and sneeze where somebody coughed through that mask, right? The actual droplet from that sneeze and cough came right out of that mask. Now, if it could come out of that mask, what is that telling you? That it wasn't designed for cough and sneezes. It was designed for droplets of blood.
Don't believe.
I have to believe it because it was an experiment. It was a medical experiment.
What I'm telling you, those doctors who are the followers like us to Donald Trump went and got vaccine. Look at.
Hey guys, back to the show of shows. I hope everybody enjoyed the sound clip here that I plugged into the show with the gentleman from Central Africa that actually tunes into my show. His English wasn't that great, but you can pick into the pieces of the conversation that I had with him. Some of the views he didn't agree with on my opinion, but that's okay. That's okay, because everybody's opinion in this world is always different from the next person next to you. We should understand that by now, folks. That's what makes this country great. We all have different opinions. But this one individual that tunes into my show right? He said before we had talked and had a conversation over the phone that he's been listening since earlier this year, and he did vote for Trump. He does have a dual citizenship, of what I'm being told. So hey. Sometimes you're going to agree, sometimes you're not going to agree. That's what makes the best conversation in the world, I think. But on to other news, guys. On to other news. I want to get into basically the top news topics of the week. All right. So where should we start? Well, let's just go through them. Because there's a lot, actually, but I won't basically get into all of them. But I will get into basically the top ones, right? The top stories that are just buzzing, right? Because I got a lot of content here I want to plug into the show in just a short period of time. Now, does everybody remember my last episode that I had? If anybody tuned into that, I was trying to get into I did. I don't know why I say I was trying to. I actually did. I got into the topic with Biden and Putin, right? That was basically my top headline for the podcast. Russia's Putin. And America's Biden, literally. I mean, they had like a scrap type of match of a phone call. And Biden basically was saying that, he wants to put sanctions on Russia with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. Now, if it's not involving the U.S., why do we have to get involved? Like, why do we have to become a country that has to get involved with every little damn thing, every little detail in this world? I just don't understand it, folks. The article coming out of CNN.com. Well, of course. Let's see what CNN has to say about this crap. And you can look on CNN.com. It's the same article that I'm reading here on the podcast. I'm choosing CNN because it's the first freaking network that's basically labeling this thing on the top news here of the week. That's the trending news, so to speak. Russian President Vladimir Putin told U.S. counterpart Joe Biden he would really like to meet for 4 more years. According to a video clip released by Russian state TV on Sunday from the leader's virtual call on Tuesday. And a short video clip released on Russia One, I guess that's a news network there in Russia, Putin told the U.S. president, meaning President Biden, "We will definitely meet. I would really like that." And then it goes into saying that the top State Department official for Europe will travel to Russia and Ukraine this week to discuss Russia's military buildup near the border of Ukraine. Less than a week after Biden told Putin in a call that the U.S. is prepared to impose strong economic measures should Russia invade Ukraine, the State Department announced on Saturday. Guys, let them figure out their differences, okay? Let's stop interfering with foreign matters that have nothing to do with us. Please, stop. Let's worry about our own crap that we have here in America, our own problems, like what Biden's doing. Crisis after crisis. I think, folks, you really don't need me to explain that, right? I mean, let's see. In other news here, oh God, this must be this next topic, guys. I'm gonna say this is gonna be the most craziest story I've ever read here on the podcast. This is crazy. I mean, can we get a sound clip right here? Crazy FedEx driver. I mean, this driver now. This next topic I'm about to plug into the show, that a FedEx driver accused of dumping hundreds of packages in Alabama is facing charges. Well, sure. He should face charges. He should face charges. A driver literally dumping hundreds of packages right before Christmas? When did this happen? I guess it's just surfacing the internet now. This is basically hundreds of FedEx packages that were found in a ditch in Blott County, Alabama, the day before Thanksgiving. So this was like, a few weeks ago, right? A former delivery driver, I guess he used to work for FedEx. He's a former delivery driver. And now I understand why he got fired. Is being charged with dumping hundreds of FedEx packages. Oh boy. The sound effects just coming in, right? I mean, that's the FedEx driver just literally, dumping the packages. That these packages, folks, were discovered in Alabama. The Blount County Sheriff Office said just this past Friday, just 2 days ago, the 22-year-old driver is now facing 5 cargo theft charges, and the abandoned packages which were discovered the day before Thanksgiving, the Blount County Sheriff Mark Moon said. Moon said that the driver, who had been a FedEx contractor, was very remorseful and had recently had a death in the family. Oh, they're going to blame the driver? Oh, because he had a death in his family, he has a right to dump these packages in a ditch? Folks, the mental illness in this country is out of control. That we are now literally, we're supposed to feel sorry for this man that had a death in the family. Okay? Well, let me rewind that. I feel sorry for him. I'm sorry. My condolences to your family. But why do you have the right to dump packages into a ditch? That's your defense because you had a death in the family? If the passing of a family member is going to affect your ability to work, you should have called out that day, buddy. Because if you had a thought on your mind where you're going to dump freaking packages into a ditch, and because your emotions are racing through your head and you just don't know how to tackle the day, like I said, you should have called out that day. I mean, literally, around 400 packages were found in a ditch near the small town of Hayden. FedEx hauled them away the next morning, and about 153 packages were able to be scanned and their intended recipients identified. Now, Sheriff Moon has also said that 247 packages that could not be identified due to missing or illegible barcodes or addresses. He said the value of those goods was around roughly about $24,000. Now, folks, this is just uncalled for. Uncalled for. It's disgusting, uncalled for. Cargo theft is a Class D felony, which is the lowest level of a felony in Alabama, Sheriff Moon had said. Now, this is just, it's a travesty, folks. Right before Christmas? I mean, seriously. Hopefully, in closing to this story, folks, hopefully this will be one of those very hard lessons that any driver, anybody, just literally messing with people's Christmas dreams and hopes, they look at this lesson and they think to themselves that messing with somebody's Christmas plans is a no-no. That being said, folks, we'll be right back after these words. Don't go anywhere. Patriot Unfiltered Raw. Mike Gardner, a host like no other. Hey guys, this episode today is brought to you by Spin Scooter Rental. Spin scooters, I love them, guys. They're just about in every major city today. You could find them in major cities such as Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Atlanta, Georgia. Just about every major city has these scooters just popping up all over the place. Sidewalks, city parks, major business establishments. If you are into exercising, if you're into the scooter trend now of 2021, don't forget to download that app, the Spin Scooter, okay? You could be buzzing around the city in style at 15 miles an hour. Yes, folks, these scooters, these electric scooters, they go about 15 miles an hour. I happen to use these scooters from time to time. They're very modern, they're very aerodynamic, and they're very stylish scooters. So yeah, download that app, Spin, okay? It's on Google Play and the App Store. Check them out, guys. They're just about everywhere. Spin scooters.
I want to play for all of you, because I don't know if you know this yet. This is what Chris Wallace had to say on his show today, Fox News Sunday. Listen.
After 18 years, this is my final Fox News Sunday. It is the last time, and I say this with real sadness, we will meet like this. 18 years ago, the bosses here at Fox promised me they would never interfere with a guest I booked or a question I asked, and they kept that promise. I have been free to report to the best of my ability, to cover the stories I think are important, to hold our country's leaders to account. It's been a great ride.
Michael Steele, what is...
Oh my God, I'm going to stop it right there. Guys, I had to plug this into the show. I had to. I mean, did we not see this coming? And, it's a Republican turned Democrat, right? Chris Wallace announcing that just literally earlier today on Fox News Sunday, host Chris Wallace just announced his departure from the show. Well, you didn't say, huh? And you know what's also funny too is this is just coming in like literally the most peculiar, right? Great timing, as Chris Cuomo was just fired from CNN, right? So, do we know who's going to be doing the new prime time? Right? We know that there's a temporary host hosting that slot, but guess what, folks? Chris Wallace is looking to fill in that slot, that time slot of prime time. Now, I'm not making any 100%, accusations or however you want to say it, right? But I think we know who's going to be filling that slot, right? Because now Chris Wallace is announcing that he will be going to CNN. In his closing from his show earlier today, Wallace thanked viewers for joining him every week and said, "I'm ready for a new adventure, and I hope you'll check it out," right? Do you think, guys, trust me, guys, I was never a really big fan of Chris Wallace. I thought he was, kind of another, Republican turncoat, call it as it is, guys. I mean, the guy is a liberal, plain in sight, but it's kudos to Chris, I guess, at his new endeavors, right, at CNN. Now, I'm gonna touch on this topic here, and possibly another topic here before I close out the show. Okay, not gonna be doing a long steaming show today. I have other things I would like to get done today. So, hope that's okay for you, the listeners. But guys, this is just I knew. Well, I don't want to say I knew, but I didn't really know who was going to be going over to CNN. They fire somebody, they fire Chris Cuomo, and then they're going to be hiring Chris Wallace. I mean, that's kind of funny if you ask me. Get rid of the bad egg to create a better egg that doesn't really have anything on his resume, right? I mean, not to my knowledge, but I mean, I don't think Chris Wallace has a brother that was accused of sexual harassment. So they fired the bad Chris to hire a better Chris. So is that what we're seeing at here, folks? Love it. Love it. Never could figure why he was on Fox News to begin with. Because, I mean, guys, this was a liberal, right? I mean, sure, Fox News has a couple of news anchors that I don't agree with, right? But I could never figure out why he was on Fox to begin with. CNN is more his avenue, his platform, his message, right? His agenda. I mean, seriously, when he was on Fox, folks, he's the one all the Fox fanboys and girls always ignored. At least I ignored him. I never followed Chris Wallace. I thought he was, like I said, the most Republican turncoat. He's a liberal. He's an undercover liberal. He's an anti-Trumper. He's not, I mean, he doesn't represent Fox. Sure, go ahead, go over to CNN. I think you'll do better in CNN. Now, folks, we just need the real conservatives at Fox News to quit and go over to Newsmax. Right? That's a good idea. Actually, after I just said that, guys, I think that's a really good idea. Let's take all the real conservatives at Fox News and just send them to Newsmax, right? Send them to Newsmax or send them to Breitbart. Because that's all the positive news, folks, that you're getting in this country is coming from those two platforms. It's either coming from Newsmax or it's coming from Breitbart. It is. I mean, I've been stopped viewing. I haven't been watching Fox. Got a real tongue twister right there, guys. Hold on. Breathe, Mike. Water. Activate it. Good. There we go. I haven't been really watching Fox in a long time. I've been really tuning into either Newsmax or Breitbart. Because they're not biased, folks. They pretty much deliver the news on a unbiased point. They don't give you negativity. They give you truth of the news. And that's the way it should be. But Chris Wallace finally leaving Fox News. I think this is the best news I've heard in a long time, really. The last couple of weeks, Chris Wallace leaving Fox, Chris Cuomo getting fired. I mean, they're getting rid of everybody. I mean, I guess that's good, right? I mean, you don't want somebody on your news platform, whether I agree with CNN or not, you don't want somebody on your news platform that basically covers for a sibling that was accused of sexual harassment, right? And then you don't want another host that just basically spins everything around. So, I mean, I guess that's good, right? How exciting. You know? But I guess Fox News is having a party when he quit, right? You know, because I mean, like I said, guys, I don't tune into Fox, I don't tune into CNN, but you know, why would you have a person just literally on your platform, on your network, that just talks bad about you, right? I mean, you get rid of people that that make you look like an ass, right? I mean, basically, I mean, it is what it is, right? So, how does that go with CNN? Are their numbers going to go up? How has Chris been also, right? The other Chris. Well, we don't know nothing about him. He really hasn't said much, right? He's been kind of keeping to his silence about the whole thing. Well, the other Chris, folks, the Chris Cuomo, right? But they have that in common, right? Ratings. Does content have anything to do with ratings? They both know how to moo in the same way down, right? I mean, pretty much. But I mean, because I have known Chris Wallace as a substitute on ABC's Nightline and ABC's Nightly News with Tom Brokaw, he's always been like that. You know, he loves flipping the narrative, so to speak. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's see insights here on MSNBC's. They're giving their insights here on Chris Wallace moving to CNN. Check this out, guys.
At Fox News, if it's like folks say, I quit. And it's literally their last day. No 2 weeks notice. Talk about how I do think that this is a seismic moment over at Fox News, and to a lesser extent journalism. But why is it important to mark the fact that Chris Wallace is leaving?
I think it is because, by and large, Chris has been a port in the storm, if you will, in the political storms that we've engaged in. He has been that source of speaking truth to power, keeping the journalism honest. To the best of his abilities. I would suspect that while the statement he made was true, that they, quote, didn't interfere with or let him book or ask questions the way he wanted, that there was
ask questions the way he wanted. He's working for a network. It's up to the editors and the people that put the stories and the topics together. It has nothing to do with Chris. What are these folks? What the fuck is going on in this society? Since when do hosts or anchors decide what they want to plug into the show? Since when do hosts and anchors have any creative acceptance in a network? Like I said, it's up to the editors, folks. The people that run that network. It's not up to little old Chris. Pretty much literally saying this. Congratulations, Chris. Being away from the toxic waste dump will improve the quality of your life. Well, yeah, I mean, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, they're all the same. They're all one and the same. They're all toxic dumps. So is he leaving a toxic dump? Yes. Is he going to another toxic dump such as CNN? Yes. They're all the same, folks. They all report negativity and just stuff that's just crap. Literally crap. They'll tell you a story and they'll flip it around. News hasn't been the same, folks, since like at least the 80s. Right? We see the same shit, every single day now. Remember the 80s, folks, where you wake up and, I mean, I had this conversation with PJ just last week. You wake up, right? I'll explain the story again because I love this story, right? This is how I used to wake up in the, seeing in the news every morning. You wake up, you get your cup of coffee, right? What do they do? They do this, it's pretty much the same routine every single day, right? I mean, I remember this from the 80s. You wake up every morning, you get your coffee going, the locals on the H usually play, which is like, locals on the H was like a little something of the Weather Channel, but they would do it on like regular local news, right? They give you a local on the H, right? The local weather, right? Then they would tell you like, the local news in the area, right? Then they would give you like the top like 2 or 3 headlines just buzzing the news that week or that month. And then pretty much that was that, right? I mean, this is before, like news became what it is today. A biased, two-sided story, pretty much. Like I said, they'll flip everything around. Like it's like, last summer, we seen stuff like crap with Black Lives Matter and they have a right. They have reparations and that's owed to them. I guess looting was okay back then, over the summer last year. Yeah, every fucking news platform out there, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, all of them. We're literally saying the same thing over and over and over again. Black Lives Matter. They matter. They do? They weren't. Where were they when, when black people actually did get killed? Nowhere, right? Well, I guess black lives didn't matter to them. Folks, everything you see today, it's created to image you, to create the divide, the ultimate divide in this country. That's what's going on, folks. The ultimate divide in this country. Seriously. But, I mean, you, the person that tunes into that crap, is just, gonna believe it every single time. Every single time. Now, I want to get into this next topic here. Okay, I don't want to get into the Chris Wallace thing. Yeah, Chris Wallace leaving Fox News after being after 18 years with the company for a new CNN streaming service position. I don't want to get into it, folks. I don't. It is what it is. I wish him the best of luck with CNN. Okay. Now, this next topic here, because this is going to be the last topic here on the show, guys. I'm going to close it out here. That Iowans are reacting to Georgia's Marjorie Taylor Greene at a state fair, guys. Check this out. Oh boy, this is a good one. I always love following this woman here in Georgia. She's a very, very proud conservative, and she's just proud of her country. This is what we need, guys. More conservative people such as Marjorie Taylor Greene. Check this video out here.
China's.
Now, I'm telling you, what the hell is going on here? Okay, here it comes right now, folks. This is a video here. You're going to want to check this out here. Like I said, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Here we go.
Over 100 million.
What'd you guys have for lunch?
Corn dogs.
All the corn dogs.
No, I had ribs.
This year at the Iowa State Fair, corn dogs, cheese curds, and a 1,300-pound boar named Irish Cowboy.
Any idea why they named this hog the Irish Cowboy?
Is it an Irish breed?
I hope not.
And here as well this year, a vaccine center and 2 controversial members of Congress.
I don't know if you've heard of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz.
Oh, God, don't get me started on her either.
They're coming here tomorrow.
Oh, thank God I won't be here.
Oh, God, don't get me started with her. Oh, God, don't get me started with her. Wow, what's wrong with Marjorie Taylor Greene? Because she speaks the truth? Because she's an American conservative patriot? Why? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with Marjorie Taylor Greene? Because she doesn't agree with your liberal narratives? I mean, I guess the grass is greener on the other side, right? Pretty much. Is it greener on their side? No, their grass is dying and yellow and just nasty looking. On Marjorie Taylor Greene's side, oh, the grass is blooming in the conservative movement. But these are liberals, folks. They suffer from a mental illness. It's called liberalism. It's a mental illness. Don't get me started with her. Yeah. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, folks, of Georgia, and Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida were expected to attend this year's Iowa State Fair in Des Moines. But CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan literally was there to question these people. Don't get me started with her. Check out more of this video, guys.
Not a fan?
No, can't stand that woman. She needs to keep her mouth shut.
What is it you don't like about her?
She just needs to keep her mouth shut because most of it comes out of it is...
Oh, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with Marjorie Taylor Greene? What's wrong with what she says? The reporter asks these people at the state fair, and then her answer is she just needs to keep her mouth shut. Okay, well, why does she need to keep her mouth shut? Listen to more of this garbage.
Idiotic phrases that she doesn't back up.
Greene brought her anti-science message to Iowa, repeating false claims about masks and vaccines.
It's her God-given right. Her opinion is her God-given right. She's allowed to say anything under the First Amendment, right? Yeah, that's that little thing in the Constitution. That's actually more of a big thing, not a little thing, a big thing. You have freedom of speech in this country. No matter if people agree with you or not. It's your God-given right to say whatever the hell you want to say in this country. Thank God we live in a country that we're allowed to say whatever the hell we want to say, whether you agree with me or not. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene and her views on this.
Completely against masks. They don't work. They're not stopping the spread of COVID. I'm also completely against forced vaccines. The vaccines are failing.
What do you think of Greene showing up?
They are failing. They're failing at historic rates because people are getting sick from it. I praise this woman. I think this woman should run for higher office in government because her voice, folks, I mean, it's getting out there. People are seeing it. The common sense folks are seeing it. People are seeing it in historic numbers. These masks, folks, they don't work. They're garbage. Throw them out. That's where they belong, in the freaking garbage. They don't work. There's not enough clinical trial behind them. You gotta put a mask on? Let me go back to that, okay? So I don't confuse anybody. There isn't no clinical trial. Because the clinical trial isn't there for masks. You know what the mask... let me say something here. You know what these masks that when we have to wear on our face, you know what they're good for? They're good for another droplet. It's called blood. A blood droplet. Which is a different type of droplet than a cough or a sneeze. The masks, those blue surgical masks, well, they're different colors now because since COVID came out, they're getting a little, what's that? They're getting a little neurotic with the colors. There you go. They're getting a little creative. There's the words. I was trying to find the words because I'm getting a little hysteric over the podcast. I'm excited. You know, it's my podcast here. I just, when I hear this crap, this liberalism in America, it baffles me. It really does. Some of the crap that these people say because they suffer from madness. It's insane. But they have these different colors now. They have blue ones. They have black ones. I've seen red ones. I've seen white ones. I've seen all different color of these surgical masks, right? But the blue surgical mask of how they first started out, they work in one place and one place only, folks. The operation room. That's all they work. That's where they work. They don't work fucking trying to prevent a cough or a sneeze of a droplet of the coronavirus, family. It goes right through it. People are getting sick. They're getting sick. They're developing headaches. They're developing bad CO2 levels because they're breathing it in because it's like a funnel. It's like a cloud. It just goes around and around and around inside it. These people are dying from it. They're dying from the vaccines. The media doesn't say that garbage because they're like puppets of the Biden administration. And everything that Biden's doing wrong, they applaud him for it. Everything he doesn't do anything right. Everything that he's doing, everything wrong that Biden's doing. Oh, the media is like, oh, he's doing such a great job. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Show me a good job that he's doing. Yeah. He's doing such a better job than Trump. Yeah. Okay. Show me. Record inflation numbers. Off the charts, folks. Record numbers of unemployments. Through the roof. The border. Wide the fuck open. But old Biden is doing such a wonderful job, right? Yeah. Okay. Listen to more of this madness of liberalism.
For the state fair.
I think it's great. I think it's a great way to get in touch with the people of Iowa.
Can I ask, have you been vaccinated?
I have not been vaccinated.
Would you consider getting the vaccine if more businesses, there's parts of the country now where you can only go into a restaurant if you have proof of a vaccine?
No, I'm not for that. This is America, and we are a free country, free people. We have the right to decide what goes on with our bodies.
I'm not vaccinated.
You're damn right. I applaud you, Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida. We have a right to deny anything that goes into our bodies. Remember, folks, my body, my choice. Remember that, folks. Your God-given right, not the federal government's.
I'm not going to get vaccinated. Our days are numbered. It don't matter whether it's COVID or I get in that truck and go down the highway and get hit by a semi or T-bone and killed. It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And these are simple-minded folks that get it. They get it, folks. Your days are numbered. A little fucking shot is not going to protect you, folks. Since when is this vaccine any different from any other vaccine that got rolled out? Oh, it's different, Mike. It's different. Oh, it's different? They developed this thing overnight. You're going to trust a vaccine that was developed overnight? Seriously, folks, you're going to trust a vaccine that was developed overnight? You're more dumbfounded than the next person next to you if you're going to do something like that. That being said, folks, I want to close it out here. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I hope you learned something from it. Remember, folks, this is America. We still have a fighting fight to bring back conservatism. Bring back the Make America Great Again movement. It has to be reborn, folks, in order to save this country that we love. Remember, folks, you can listen to any of my podcast episodes, whether you stream them on Spotify, Google, or Apple, past and present episodes, or on the podcast. Just search the Patriot Angle Podcast. It comes right up, folks. You can follow me on my Facebook page, The Patriot Angle Podcast, as well as Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube. We have a lot of content on YouTube, whether there are our exclusive video podcasts through our good friends at StreamYard Broadcasting, or our mini content plugins. You can also check out my content on our official website, PatriotAnglePodcast.com, guys. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Also, check out my official merchandise, PatriotUnfiltered.com. Yeah, guys. It's great. Right now, you could be getting free shipping. Yes, free shipping. Just enter the promo codes and get free shipping on that with Unmasked. You get free shipping, folks. You want to check out that promo code before it goes away. I don't know when they're going to get rid of the promo code, but it will be getting the promo code will be going bye-bye soon. Hope to have another promo code for the free shipping, because I understand how it is today with our society. A lot of folks can't afford the shipping. Shipping is crazy expensive. So you want to check that out before the promo codes expire. I think we should have more promo codes coming into the new year of 2022. Want to check that out, folks. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next podcast. You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.